All right, welcome back. Cannabis Partners Canada Newsbreak. Another study coming out on the effects of cannabis. This one is on Parkinson's disease. Um, Research at Germany's University Medical Center at Hamburg-Eppendorf, Department of Neurology found that 61% of patients with Parkinson's disease who use medical cannabis, CBD or THC, report a beneficial clinical effect, according to the study published this month. 54% of patients who use oral CBD reported symptom improvement, and 68% of patients who inhaled THC compared to oral CBD was more frequently reported to reduce akinesia. I guess that's the way it's said. Temporary muscle loss associated with the condition, and stiffness, 50% versus 34% of researchers found. Meaning the primary benefit, Parkinson's, is this muscle control loss, this stiffness, this aching of the body. 68% of patients who used medical cannabis felt improvements in those symptoms. And they go on to say, reduction of pain and muscle cramps was reported by more than 40% of cannabis users. Stiffness, akinesia, freezing, tremor, depression, anxiety, and restless leg syndrome subjectively improved. More than 20%, and overall tolerability was good. It's fantastic results. Again, if you could take a plant and use that instead of a pharmaceutical or potentially an addictive opioid to cure these symptoms and these problems, why aren't we letting these people do it? 65% of Parkinson's patients included in the study expressed interest in using medical cannabis. More than 1,300 questionnaires were analyzed for the study. Germany has allowed medical cannabis for therapy-resistant symptoms in severely affected patients independent of diagnosis and without clinical evidence-based data since 2017. And this goes to a report we did a couple weeks ago about THC and cannabis helping with antibiotic-resistant strains, viruses, just like gonorrhea and other things like that. This, again, shows that there are therapy-resistant symptoms in a lot of these diseases and ailments that people have that THC is proving through clinical studies time after time after time to be extremely beneficial for. We're not talking about curing someone of Parkinson's. We're talking about quality of life. We're talking about someone who sits around with the leg tremors and the shakes, the muscle cramps and the symptoms. If they can ingest a plant and alleviate those symptoms, why aren't we allowing them? Why aren't we encouraging this? Because otherwise they're sitting there suffering, their quality of life goes downhill. So it's just another study that comes out. And we're seeing these studies at least once a week, twice a week sometimes, showing that for ailments that people have suffered for years. And the pharmaceutical industry has been unable to relieve these symptoms without dangerous side effects. You watching any football game you watch, you have a pharmaceutical commercial come on. They tell you how great this drug is. Then they spend 5 minutes telling you all the things that go wrong with it. You don't have that with cannabis. You don't have a 25-minute list of, organ failure, diarrhea, stomach cramps, muscle fatigue, bleeding. That doesn't happen with cannabis. But the pharmaceutical industry it happens with, and those are the drugs that they're pushing on everybody. So, again, the benefit of the plant is becoming obvious day after day after day. The health benefits of the plant are becoming more obvious day after day after day. And currently, really untreatable symptoms in a lot of these ailments people have are becoming treatable with cannabis. So hopefully this can get the word out. Hopefully the U.S. can finally get its act together and start doing large-scale medical testing on cannabis to prove some of these results other than clinical trials. So that's it for today. Hope everybody has a great one and a great weekend. Bye now.